What if I told you Little Red Riding Hood was never meant to have a happy ending? Beneath the version we know today lies something far more sinister, tales of cannibalism, deception, and grim warnings. The real story isn't just a fairy tale. The modern version is a familiar cautionary tale. A young girl in a red hood sets off to visit her grandmother, meets a cunning wolf, and unwittingly reveals her destination. The wolf rushes ahead, devours the grandmother, and disguises himself. When Little Red arrives, she notices something is off. What big eyes you have, what big teeth you have. Just as she's about to become the wolf's next meal, a heroic woodsman bursts in to save the day. A simple moral story, right? Stay on the path, beware of strangers, and good always triumphs over evil. But let's go back to the roots of this tale. Long before the Brothers Grimm, versions of this story existed across Europe and Asia. One of the most disturbing, The Grandmother's Tale, was whispered in 17th century France and Italy. In this version, a girl arrives at her grandmother's home and is offered a meal, but something tastes wrong. Then, a nearby talking cat delivers a horrifying message. You're eating your grandmother's flesh. That's right. The wolf, or in some versions, an ogre, has already murdered the grandmother and tricked the girl into eating her remains. Instead of a heroic rescue, the girl must rely on her wits. She tells the creature she needs to relieve herself outside, and the moment she steps out, she runs, vanishing into the darkness. What does this terrifying version mean? Scholars believe the wolf was a metaphor for predators, both human and animal. The red hood, a symbol of maturity and danger. When Charles Perrault adapted the story in the 1600s, he softened the horror, but kept the dark lesson. Little Red was eaten, and that was the end. The moral: if you stray from the path, there's no second chance. It wasn't until the Brothers Grimm in the 19th century that the woodsman was introduced, creating the version we recognize today. Little Red Riding Hood has been reimagined countless times, from horror films to psychological thrillers. But its origins remind us of something crucial. Fairy tales weren't always meant to comfort. They were designed to prepare us for the real world. So, the next time you hear Little Red Riding Hood, remember, the real story is far darker than you think. If you enjoyed this deep dive into fairy tales, like and subscribe for more chilling stories. And remember, not every fairy tale has a happy ending.